Now, a charity choir that was championed by Southend MP Sir David Amos and sang at his funeral, of course, is set to release a Christmas single in tribute to him. The Music Man Project, it's for people with learning disabilities. It's now teamed up with the Royal Marines Band to create the song Music is Magic.
Opens up your heart. Feel it and use it. It touches every part of the world we hold dear, bringing loved ones ever near. 'Cause music is magic to me.
Music is Magic. The Music Man Project and the Royal Marines Band. Doesn't it sound absolutely wonderful? David Stanley is the founder of the Music Man Project and joins us on BBC Essex. Hi, David.
Good morning, Ian. How are you?
Very well. Good to speak to you again. So how did this collaboration come about then between you guys and the Royal Marines Band?
Well, I mean, it was shortly after the tragic passing of Sir David. As you know, many people got in touch with us to lend their support. And one was the MP, Penny Mordaunt, actually. And she approached me to say how sorry she was. And she had seen the Music Man Project at the Royal Albert Hall. She was there with Sir David supporting our concerts. And she said, what can I do? How can I help you? And what can we do for you in memory of Sir David? And one of the first things she did is she introduced me to the director of music for the Royal Marines and said, I think you should collaborate with them. And really the rest is history.
And making it a Christmas single, in tribute of Sir David, how important was that for you and the team at the Music Man Project?
It was very important. I mean, as you know, we performed at his funeral. And we gave our tributes at the time. But as the months passed, I think it became really important to all of us, particularly my students, that we marked and we honoured his memory with something positive, with something that sort of looked to the future, with his spirit and that legacy of championing people with learning disabilities, so that we don't just look back on the tragedy, but we look back on the life and the hope. I think a year on, it was then the right time to say, okay, let's see if we can continue what Sir David would have wanted, which was to keep giving us greater platforms to show what our musicians can do, not just what they need. And so this is the continuation of that journey, and it's from the Palladium to the Royal Albert Hall to a Christmas single, and let's hope to Broadway one day, as Sir David so memorably announced at the Royal Albert Hall.
He'd be chuffed with this, wouldn't he? This song.
Oh, I mean, he loved royalty. He loved military. He was very proud of all those institutions. So the fact that we're teaming up with elite military musicians, the best of the best, and yet somehow, through the power and the universal language of music, we were there together, rehearsing and recording, and we've got lots of performances lined up. And music somehow connects people, doesn't it? It doesn't matter who you are. And the single, I think, is a great tribute to that power.
So how did it work then? Were your musicians literally playing side by side with the Royal Marines Band, or was it done, a lot of the time these days you barely see the other collaborators. You do it in one studio and mix it in another studio. How did it work?
No. This was a true collaboration. We had visits from members of the Royal Marines to the Music Man project in Southend. They listened to our students, got to know us, really engaged with us. And then we arranged a rehearsal at HMS Collingwood in Hampshire, where we rehearsed with the band. It was specially arranged for the music for the Royal Marines by our arranger, Al Steele, who could then turn this lovely song that I'd written with my colleague Jenny Hitchcock here in Southend into a magnificent anthem featuring these wonderful musicians at the Royal Marines. And after that rehearsal, we knew immediately that it would work. And so a few days later, we were at actually Surrey University in their wonderful recording studio there. And we spent the whole day laying down all the different tracks, the vocal tracks, different instruments. And I tell you one thing, they are very, very precise and accurate, those Royal Marines. They were not happy until every last note was recorded to their satisfaction.
And I mean, the sound is incredible. It's wonderful, wonderful quality. You must be very pleased with how it's turned out, David. But the soloists, just tell us a little bit about the solo singers that we heard there.
Yes, well, I mean, as a composer, in any style of music, whatever you're doing, to have your music performed, to have it recorded, let alone with the Royal Marines, is remarkable. But no, the soloists are our Music Man Project UK ambassadors. So these are the students based in Southend, where it all started, remember. They're the ones that go around the country, they help others set up, and they were the ones that took the leading roles.
Brilliant. And how can we get it? I mean, how can people buy a copy of this? Presumably it's supporting the work you do.
Absolutely, everything, all the money goes to the charity, the national charity, to support our work. And you can stream the track from the 16th of December, so that's on all the normal platforms, and download it as well on that date. But the YouTube video is out already, so people can go along to YouTube and watch the official music video on our YouTube channel, The Music Man Project.
Have you got any gigs coming up over Christmas, David?
My goodness, have we? We're performing with the Royal Marines next Wednesday at the Portsmouth Guildhall in a beautiful Christmas spectacular concert. We've also got our own local Music Man Essex concerts on Thursday and Friday of next week down in Southend. If anybody wants to know more, they can just follow us on social media and find out about all the many, many performances we've got lined up.
Do you have to pinch yourself sometimes, from what started as such a small project to where it's gone?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I remember over 20 years ago, I started with one student and singing I Am the Music Man to that student. To journey on 22 years or so and be where we are is just remarkable. And remember, I have the best job in the world, and I work with just the most amazing people.
David, good luck with the charity single. I hope it does. I know it will do really well for Christmas. So it's available to buy from streaming platforms from the 16th of December.
Correct. Thank you so much, Ian.
Music is Magic, it's called.
Magic to me.
The Music Man Project and the Royal Marines Band.